Hey skiers, I'm Jeff from skiessentials.com.
And I'm Bob. Happy Friday.
Welcome back to our Top 5 Friday ski industry news videos. It has been a busy week.
Yeah, and the first one of 2025 too.
Yep, Happy New Year. I think I said Happy New Year last week too, so double Happy New Year. Now it's actually the New Year, so we can officially celebrate that we made it to the New Year. Hope everyone had a fantastic New Year's Eve. Mine was very uneventful. I ate too many nachos.
Yeah, you were talking about it the next day.
I had a nacho hangover.
Yeah,
which feels like appropriate for 38-year-old Jeff.
Yeah.
I don't have alcohol hangovers anymore from New Year's Eve. I have nacho hangovers.
I had a pizza hangover this morning.
From the Harlem Globetrotters?
No, we got Picasso last night.
Before?
Yeah, and then ate it when I got home too, so. It was great.
That's that late night post Harlem Globetrotter pizza. That'll really get you. But yeah, it's been a busy week. Excuse me. We did Faction Dancer 2 review on Monday, which was mostly just Bob's review. I just got to ask him questions. Yesterday we did a how to buy skis for kind of beginners and new skiers, people have been renting before and stuff like that, and highlighted some examples of our complete packages, which the remnants of are still behind us. And then just this morning, we did an Enforcer 99 and 104 on snow review and comparison, which was mostly Bob and Matt, because I'm still trying to be just careful with my knee. We did have a big week with a lot of time on snow.
Yeah.
So didn't want to push it too hard. That just went up like half an hour ago. So take a look at that if you haven't seen it yet. And then just starting today, we're going to do free base treatments for 2025 skis and snowboards starting today through Monday. So just a mini little 4-day stretch over the weekend. Basically like very similar to kind of what we did back in our anniversary sale and stuff like that. So good time to take advantage of that, pick up some 2025 skis and get a free base treatment. And then next week should be real busy too. We're planning an Enforcer 94 length comparison video like we did last year. It's becoming an annual video.
Nice to revisit.
Kind of fun.
New ski, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
See if we have the same reactions.
I'm very curious.
Yeah.
Like, am I now 173 Enforcer 94 skier? I wouldn't be surprised.
I don't know. I was like more than happy on the 185 Enforcer 104 today.
Yeah, I know.
So
I wasn't.
It's not your
it's
size.
A lot of ski for me. Yeah. So anyways, next week we'll be busy too. It won't just be that, but we'll leave the other things as just surprises. You ready for news?
Yeah. Big week.
Yeah. No, that was a lot of housekeeping stuff. Anyways, into the news. First topic of the week, we've got some FIS World Cup Alpine updates. The women were in Austria. I watched. The only thing I didn't watch was slalom first runs, I think. So I had a great time watching these last weekend. Giant slalom was certainly more successful for the U.S. women. Paula Moltzen earned a 5th place, which I believe ties her best finish ever. You can only imagine that she's going to be on some more podiums soon.
Yeah.
We'll see. And then we had Nina O'Brien in 15th, AJ Hurt in 27th, Katie Hensian in 28th, excuse me. And I'll just put in my own opinion that is a really cool course. Semmering,
Austria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just really cool. Like the first half of it was like kind of like rolly and almost like turn when the trail turns.
Yeah.
And then the second half was like one section that was steep and just like sustained and like it looked brutal, just like burning your legs through tough turns. And then they made a turn and then there was like another straight towards the finish that wasn't like as steep, but yeah, it was really cool. Like it felt like two very different courses.
Yep.
So I had a blast watching that. On Sunday in the slalom, not nearly as successful for our U.S. women. Only AJ Hurt made second runs, and she earned herself an 18th overall. The men were in Bormio, Italy. No U.S. men earned points in the downhill, which is rare.
Right. It's usually quite a few of them in there.
Yeah, they've really been making a name for themselves in the speed events, but they came back nicely in Super G with Kyle Negomir in 21st, Ryan Cochran-Siegel in 22nd, and Jared Goldberg in 29th. I believe their next race is Wednesday, also in Italy, but forgive me for not remembering what discipline that is.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Do you forgive me?
I forgive you because I don't know either.
Perfect. And that's it. So, I don't know. The highlight for me was those women's
Yeah.
races were really fun to watch. Second topic of the week, we'll call it the ongoing standoff between Vail Resorts and Park City Ski Patrol has, I believe last week we said it has escalated, and now it has really escalated.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a full-on dumpster fire at this point, it seems.
You got to think of the scene from Anchorman, like, boy, that really
Yeah,
escalated
totally.
quickly.
Yeah.
Because it has. To kind of recap the last week, they went on strike. The Park City Ski Patrol went on strike on Friday, basically right as we were doing.
It's like exactly
Fridays.
a week ago.
Yeah, exactly. So since then, it has drastically affected mountain operations. Like, you could go onto the Park City website and see the amount of open terrain, and it's like, I think they changed it. I think at one point it said like 17% open, and then the next day they took away the percentage and just had like trail count.
Yeah.
So they're like, it's just like a little bit messy.
Yeah.
Like, can't imagine that's a good thing for anybody going into the holiday season. And now Vail is basically flying ski patrol in from other resorts to fill in, which I think is really tough for a lot of those ski patrollers. They have to like walk across a picket line of their peers.
Yep.
And like, I wouldn't want to do that. Like, if you were outside Ski Essentials and you had a sign that was like strike, like asking for something from Ski Essentials, and I had to walk by you to go to work, I don't know how I'd feel about that.
Yeah, I mean, you'd feel bad, and I can only assume that those people feel bad about it, and it's a tough spot.
Yeah, and I don't really want to get too into the details because I don't know that this is true or not, but we've certainly seen reports of like it being pretty serious in how that is being communicated to these patrollers, like almost along the lines of, if you don't go, you won't have a job anymore.
Right.
Which, that's tough.
Yeah.
Like, I know the Stowe Ski Patrol director is out in Utah right now, and like, as somebody who travels quite a bit, and honestly to Utah quite a bit, it's not easy.
Right.
It's not like if somebody tomorrow was like, Jeff, you got to go work in Utah for 4 days, I would be like, what?
Right.
Like, I can't do that.
Well, especially if it wasn't something that you wanted to do.
Or we're planning on doing.
Right.
Yeah. So, anyways, moving on Wednesday this week, ski patrol unions from Breck, Keystone, Crested Butte, and Park City all co-signed a letter to Kristen Lynch, who is the CEO of Vail Resorts, expressing their disappointment in how it's been handled and how it's affecting their operations. And I thought that letter was quite powerful.
Yeah.
And like, that to me was the big thing that's really bringing this to another level.
Yeah.
So, as somebody who is like, I am not just blanket anti-Vail Resorts. I never have been. I worked for them for a year, and in my experience, they took pretty good care of me. So this is very like, it's just a bummer for me. Like, I don't ever really hop on the like Vail Resorts hate bandwagon.
Yeah.
But as somebody who often defends them, I'm like, it's tough. But
I mean,
I can put myself in the business school mind and like understand it from both sides, but I don't like to do that.
Well, how is it helping the business now, I guess? Like that's kind of what we're getting at now. Is
Right.
We're seeing a real diminishing aspect of customer satisfaction.
Right.
And that's going to be the ultimate thing that really sticks into them.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty big. It's a pretty big thing.
Yeah. And obviously you don't want the workers to be hurt in any way or anything like that. But like the people that are going on vacation last week, everyone and their brother posted a video of a mess in the village, in the resort, of people waiting in line to not ski a lot of open terrain.
Yeah.
And you just got to feel bad for these people that dropped a dime on their family vacation and didn't get what they were promised.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, it's a bad situation
Yeah.
for everybody involved.
Yeah.
And those situations, to me, they're always very uncomfortable. Yeah. It's like right now, no one is gaining anything. And hopefully,
right.
hopefully the result of this is that somehow there's a positive outcome for everybody.
Right.
I think there's a way to achieve that. It's not up to me, of course.
Yeah, that's tough.
That's really all I have to say. I don't want to speculate.
It's just been a mess.
Yeah. Matt McGinnis, our esteemed colleague, yesterday asked me if I was okay talking about Ski Patrol striking. And I'm like, yeah, of course. Like,
sure.
We have to.
Everyone's talking about it.
We do a weekly video called Ski Industry News, the top 5 stories, and like, of course, this is in the top 5. So, anyways,
lots of different avenues. In that story.
Totally. This one's a little bit more positive, I'd say, depending on how you feel about massive resort development. Topic number 3, Killington's new owners and their development team or development group are working hand in hand towards a new $3 billion base area. Vermont Public Radio reported this week, and we did get some kind of just like new details that we didn't know before. The development group is actually, they're a part owner. They have ownership stake in the new ownership of Killington. They also have recently hired a new architecture firm to kind of like just go over their plans and give them some advice. Now they are planning 1 extra large lodge instead of 2, which I'm curious how that integrates into the new lodge, because Killington like just built a new lodge. I would assume it's lower.
I think they mean like Stone Mountain Lodge, not.
Oh, sure.
Not
you mean
Killington
like hotel.
Base. Yeah.
Okay.
I interpreted that as.
Well, and it's probably lower down in like Snowshed area, because that's I think where this stuff is being planned.
I don't know. I thought it was going to be those upper those upper K1 lots, but
clearly Bob and I need to do more research on the topic.
All I know is that this thing's going to be a $6 billion project.
I would think
by the time it's done.
It certainly feels that way, doesn't it?
Yeah.
They're also planning a quote-unquote snow beach.
Who doesn't want a snow beach?
I don't.
That sounds awesome.
What do?
You hang out.
Yeah.
Shay's Lounge.
It's just like, so the only other like real snow beach that I think of is A Basin.
Yeah, I mean, this is
like
certainly a drastic commercialization of the A Basin Snow Beach.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I just remember going there a few years ago and looking at those empty parking lots and being like, there needs to be a village here.
Fair enough. Yeah. So anyways, I'm very intrigued. Obviously, we have a shop down in Killington, and it's pretty local to us here in northern Vermont. So it'll be really interesting what Killington base area looks like in 20 years.
I mean, we went through it here in Stowe. I mean, we saw, I don't know
yeah.
if you saw from start to now, but it's pretty shocking.
What counts as start? Tent?
Removal of the old spruce base lodge.
Is that pre-tent?
That was pre-tent, because the tent replaced the base lodge.
So, like, I think when I was, like, 2004, I think it was tent.
Yeah.
But it might have been, like, I might have been here a year for tent, or for base lodge, and then they went to tent. So I kind of saw it.
It's just crazy. Like, but, now what they did is working for what they set out to do.
Yeah.
Like, whatever they set out to do, like, they did it.
Yeah.
Like, they
100%.
They got them here.
You cannot argue against that.
Whether you're for or against.
The clientele in Stowe is different now than it was 20 years ago.
What they set out to do.
Yeah.
It was crazy. So I imagine we'll see similar things with Killington.
Yeah, and I'm sure they're looking at Stowe as inspiration.
Yeah.
Of like, look at how much money went into that place, and then look at them now.
I mean, they're crushing it.
Yeah.
Absolutely cranking all the time.
Yeah. So that'll be interesting to watch. And then fourth topic of the week, this is another local one. Congratulations to Noah Dines, who has officially set the world record for most vertical feet skied, most vertical human-powered feet skied in a year.
By a good margin.
Yeah. If you don't know, Noah Dines is local. He like grew up, or he's from local Stowe area. You see him around town all the time. My wife was like, she got home and was like, I saw Noah Dines at Woodland, and I was like, makes sense.
Yep, he lives there.
Yeah.
It's not a big town.
Nope. He shared an Instagram post recently with some stats, so I thought we would just share those. This is his past year. 3,590,097 vertical feet skied. That's 6,082 miles. It's a really long way.
Like back and forth across the country.
Yeah, that's a good way to think about it. But on skis.
On skis, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
crazy.
2,268 hours skied. That's a long time. He went through 3 pairs of boots, 5 pairs of skis, and 12 pairs of skins, which to me is just undisputable evidence that skins need to be better.
Yeah. Well, I mean, can you break it down like 3.5 million feet divided by 12 and see how many vertical feet you'll get out of a pair of skins?
Can I? Yes. Do I want to right now?
Yeah, that's fine.
No, because it's...
I just think it's that's an interesting way to think about how long one of these pieces of gear will last.
Yeah. No, that's true. Yeah, you can take it and do some math for
Yep.
yourself. And then if you want that in averages per day, that is 9,836 vert per day.
Every day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's average
Yep.
for the whole year.
That's crazy.
Like, when you start thinking about it like that, it is truly crazy.
Yeah.
You know what the hours per day average is?
It would take me 26 hours per day to do that.
Well, that doesn't exist. It took him 6 hours and 13 minutes average per
Then it
day.
would probably take me 40 hours a day.
I mean, that's a huge commitment.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I spend 9 hours at work in a day.
Right.
That's 2/3 of my time spent at work.
I've never been even remotely close to being as singularly focused on anything in my life as that.
Except work.
Yeah, but even that, you can kind of check out for a few hours.
Sure.
Like if you're skinning and skiing, I feel like you're really, really involved.
Yep. Couple more averages here, Bob. 16.66 miles per day. It's a long way.
Yep.
Like, not far off from a marathon
Right.
every day, which is granted half that he's sliding downhill and not walking uphill, but still.
You got to go up.
Yep. And then, Bob, this will be your favorite. He averaged 1.8 bags of candy per day.
Yeah, I mean, I could do that.
Yeah,
I
I
bet
know.
I could eat 1.8 bags of candy per day.
I knew you would like that one. Maybe next. Well, we're already 3 days into it, so you've already lost some time. Maybe
I can make up for it.
Maybe one of these years you can set the world record for most candy eaten while skiing.
That's good.
That's it for news. Finally, we have our our edits of the week. First, we have Chile Today Gone Tamale from K2, which is an exceptionally clever name.
Yeah.
And then we've got Move Right Along, Season 3, Episode 2 from Michaela Schifrin, which I believe is subtitled I Was Impaled, which she was. And then we've got Skiing Norway's Place of Heavenly Peace with Nikolai Schermer. Always exciting when he drops a new edit. And then we've got Kimbo Christmas, which is another look back at Kimbo Sessions, which is just one of those feel-good events that has become very popular in the park skiing world.
Yep.
And that's it. That's all I got. It's really winter here now. It snowed a bunch
Yep.
this week. It's going to be like single digits for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, for a while.
Yeah.
Cold start to January.
Yeah. So it's pretty exciting. Really feels like we're getting into the heart of ski season. Armada announced their new boot today. That was exciting. We don't have ours yet, but we'll be getting them and putting them through the paces as we always do. Yeah, that's all I got. You got anything else?
I think that's it.
Okay. Well, hope everyone has a fantastic weekend, and we'll talk to you next week.
Bye.